Wow, I just interviewed my friend Kim Walsh Phillips, who reaches millions and millions of people a month. She's an expert in sales and marketing and e-commerce and making courses to live the life you want and stop working so hard in your business. She has a book out called The Shift, which is just about that, how to make the shift from working so hard in your business to generating the revenue that you want, that you can spend time with the people you want, doing the things you want. Check out this interview with Kim Walsh Phillips that I just did. Check it out. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. I'm Ramon Ray, founder of Celebrity CEO, and this is my friend Kim Walsh Phillips, one that I and gazillions, I think that's a number of people have learned from over the past several years. Kim Walsh Phillips, thanks for being here today. I hope you and your family and those close to you and all the personal things are well as we do this interview. How are you, Kim?
I'm doing wonderfully. Thanks so much for having me.
You're welcome. So Kim, first of all, before we dive into the book that you have coming out soon, and if people are watching this after, then the book that has come out, can you tell us a little bit about who you are, who you serve, and what you do? You have a very distinct voice, a very distinct audience, a very distinct journey of life. Share that with us a bit, Kim.
Me, an absolute pleasure. So I serve entrepreneurs and small business owners who wake up each day thinking there's got to be a different way. And they work really hard. They rely upon word of mouth and referrals, but they don't have control over their own business growth. They think towards their funeral someday and they don't like what their kids are going to say about them because they'll say they weren't present enough and they weren't successful enough. And they see other people around them becoming wildly successful and well-known, and they still feel like the world's best kept secret. And so what we do is actually unlock the power to become the authority, celebrity, and expert in their niche and leverage that in order to automate as many leads as they want of their perfect right fit clients so that they can finally become in control of scaling their business.
I love that. And I'm curious, so what about going to and I'm on the board of directors of a chamber, so I love my local chamber, but going to the local chamber meeting, handing out, I don't know if you've ever heard of these things called business cards.
Yeah,
You have the cup of coffee and you have your bagel. What about that, Kim, going to the networking events that have been around for ages and kind of, my name is Kim, I'm a lawyer. What's your name? I'll get you. Nothing wrong with that stuff, but just, isn't that how so many of my peers kind of do business day in and day out, Kim?
Yeah, and a lot of us did because we grew up seeing our parents generate revenue by working more hours. So we think that we need to put out physical labor in order to bring in results. So going to those chamber meetings is actually physical labor. You're putting your body in a way to generate leads. You have to go deal with the sweaty cheese and the late nights and lots of conversations that aren't your right fit in order to hopefully meet someone, but it has a very low risk threshold, which is why a lot of people are willing to do it. They know how to talk to people, so they'll do it. And that's the category they stick themselves in, is that there's no better way to go about it. And yet there is. There's a much better way. I would even rather you run a Facebook ad that targets that place where that networking reception is versus to have to go to it yourself.
I love it. So Kim, let's dive into it. You have a book that is out. I can see it there, called Shift, which lends itself into what we're talking about. I'm guessing a shift of something, some sort. By the way, I did buy my copy, a shift of something. Help us unpack, what is Shift all about? Why should we even care about it, Kim?
Yeah, so the book is The Shift: How to Scale Your Business, multiply your wealth without sacrificing you. And this comes from being somebody who did work around the clock. When I had my first company, I worked all the time to the point of burnout and hospitalization. So I've been there, done that. And when I finally unlocked a way to get out of having to go to all the networking events, get out of one-on-one sales conversations, and actually go to a place of scaling automatically, everything changed. And I remember the pain part of all of it. And I remember in that moment having like a deep conversation with my creator, who was like, you're going through this for a reason, and I will come back to you and tell you the time that you share this story. Like, I literally remember that conversation, exactly where I was when it happened. And so when I fixed that problem, scaled that business, sold that company, and started my new business, I knew there would be a time where I'd finally show people how we did all of it, how we went from 32 clients to 11,000 in 1 year, how we went from working all the time to being able to be there for my kiddos when they get off the bus each day, and having one of the fastest growing companies in America. Within 3 years of starting my new business, we were at over $3 million a year annually. And that came from also being able to have time with family. And so my goal is to stop the generational curse of work more and more in order to achieve our goals, and instead to show people you were created for many purposes, not just work. Work is so important, but you also are a family member. You also have your health, you have your spiritual life, you have pleasurable things you want to go after. You can do all those things, but you can't do it like everybody else does. So in the book, there's a lot of there's some fun stories, but it is also a lot of step-by-step strategy, including power exercises throughout the book to actually walk you through how to get all these things done. So it's a workbook, storybook, and playbook all in one.
A workbook, storybook. So this is not just theory where Kim's saying,
Right.
hello, you could do this, an academic chalkboard.
Yeah.
We think this is a practical, like you said, there's some things in there you can read this and say, let me mark this book
Yeah,
up and try it and see if
exactly.
it works.
And you've heard about my $1 million webinar. I actually give you every single slide inside the book with all the scripts. So they're all in there as well.
And Kim, one more time, do tell us the name of the book. I'm going to say that a few times because people, you know, me, the short term. Yeah, there we go.
It's called The Shift, How Scale Your Business and Multiply Your Wealth Without Sacrificing You.
I love it. And one other question that comes to mind, Kim, are you saying that when you're talking about scale, I can hear the Ramon Ray audience. I know them well. Are you saying we have to be a Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk? Because when you see the word scale, that's the only name people think of. Oh, I have to be the next Walmart? And some people are saying, no, I like my home office, or I like, you know what I mean? Help us understand. You're saying not be impoverished.
Yeah,
and,
no,
you know.
exactly. That's a great point. The whole process I take you in the beginning of the book is to decide what you want.
Okay.
So maybe you're like, I don't want to ever have any employees, but I want to make more money and I don't want to work any more hours. Well, then you need to raise your prices or take your one-on-one service offerings and make a group. There's still ways to accomplish your goals, even with keeping the exact lifestyle you have right now. But we often are just waiting for those things to magically happen. We go to bed wishing instead of having a plan in place to make them happen. And you know, one of my favorite phrases, Ramon, is this math, not magic. And what I'm showing people is like how you take all of those big, hairy, audacious goals, those beautiful dreams, and break it into a scientific formula so you actually become in control of it and can make it happen.
I love it. We're talking about Kim Walsh Phillips' new book, The Shift, and I suggest you all go to your local bookstore, to Amazon, and buy it. And actually, I must say, even not just get it for yourself, which we can all do, which is great, but get it for the other, as my friend Seth Godin would say, the other person who needs it.
Well, and a note on that, we have book bonuses, extra book. We have over $3,000 worth of bonuses you'll get when you get the book, including a ticket to one of my one-day events, which you've attended and you enjoyed.
Those are baller events.
Yes. So we have an upcoming one-day event the tickets are $497. But if you get the book, you'll get the ticket for $1. So that's a huge incentive.
Yes.
But also, if you get 3 books or more, every level up, we're doing additional bonuses. So if you buy 3 books, you can keep 1 and give 2 for friends. You will get one of my signature campaigns, like how to have a best-selling book or fill a webinar or get me more people on your email list. And if you get 7 books, you actually get all of the campaigns. So there's a lot of really good bonuses for folks that do get more than 1 book as well.
And where should they go, Kim? If they get it from additional retail, or how do they get back to your team to connect those 2 dots? theshiftbookbonus.com. theshiftbookbonus.com, and my publisher is awesome, and they also made it the back page of the book so you can get right back to the bonus. I have a really good publisher. And I think you have a good publisher, Kim, but this is, in my opinion, one clear example of the mind of Kim Walsh Phillips. I call it, in a good way, to hack the system. Many people may not do that. So is this the kind of gem even that's inside the book, just showing what you
Exactly. Yeah. I only teach strategies that I use inside my own business, and that I've used inside my own business for at least 90 days. So I know it wasn't just a one-hit wonder, and then I teach it, and then you do it, and then it doesn't work. Inside there are proven strategies that I've used in my business successfully for at least 90 days, and that I've used in my clients for at least 90 days. And only then does that strategy make it to the book. So it is chock full. And I'm only halfway done with the audiobook when you and I are recording this. When this goes live, it will be complete. But I will tell you that chapter 6 has all the marketing you would ever want to do your entire life. and it's like a toolkit. So you can just flip to any page. You're like, I need some new way to get clients. And you just pick another strategy. It's longer than, I'm not sure why my publisher didn't catch this, but it's longer than I think all the other chapters combined. But I've recorded it already. It's so good. It's every strategy you need to grow your business. And I don't just tell you what to do, but I tell you how to do it inside the book as well.
Chapter 6,
Yeah.
get the bonuses, get the book, share with others, and you will not be sad. This is Kim Walsh Phillips. Kim, what do you say to people who say, but Kim, I have all the tools. Many of us, and I'll call the names out because these are great tools that I use and love.
Yeah.
Canva and Keep and ClickFunnels and MailChimp and all the tools. What about to that small business owner that says, but I thought they said download this, connect this, get Zapier, do this, and business, but they're still saying, no, it's still not working.
Yeah. It's a strategy first approach. So you want to understand your right fit target market, your offer, and the words that will attract your person to you. And until you have that, I wouldn't put it anywhere. So if you have those pieces in place and they're not working for you, chances are you just need a better formula for having a call to action that makes sense. And I think it is on chapter, let's see. No, it's chapter 4. I walk you through exactly how to come up with exactly what they are looking for. So I give you an exercise that's like, how do you come up with the exact things your target market's looking for? So you can have, and I give you fill in the blank Mad Lib templates that you can use in order to come up with that language.
I love Kim, and we can end on this, but feel free to say anything else you wanted before we end here. But let's go back to the aspect, Kim, of knowing who the target customer is. I think that's one challenge that many people have. I faced it. I find as one who's talked to tens of thousands of small businesses on stages all over the world, is that the temptation, which I understand, but I know you know what you're going to say it's wrong, is I help everybody, because the fear of, if I just say I help, black guys with shaved head and who wear glasses and blue shirts, I'm going to miss the Mexican guys, the Irish guys, and the Italian girls. I want to do everybody in my jokingly, you know how I address it. What do you say to those people who say, no, Kim, I don't want to have a target market. I help everybody who wants a website. Talk to those people, Kim.
That's so good. Well, this is what's so interesting. If you think about those really that like having your hands open wide to catch as much as you can, think of how much will fall through, right? But if we close them together, just really capturing exactly who's meant to come to us, that will be able to pull them in. Or I'll give another example. When we're done on a Saturday with my girls playing softball, very crowded space. If I'm like, hey girls, let's go now, no one looks up. But if I say, Bella, Katie, come with me now, they can hear me through a really, really crowded place, which is when we hone in on your right fit target market, they hear you. So when I so specifically mention my target market in the beginning, that this is who they are, I cut out, if you're just dreaming of starting a business, you're not my right fit person. If you have only, thought of starting one, you're not my right fit person. If you are a 10,000 person enterprise, you're not my right fit person. I was really clear on that. And you have such a beautifully diverse audience that I know there are people who have listened to all of this who are like, oh, she's not really for me. And I'm not. But the person that I am for can hear me in my messaging. And that's the person that comes near me. And by doing that, I get to work with exactly who I want to work with. And I want to work with the people most likely to take action. And the people most likely to take action already have, by creating a business that they've been working in. So that's my right fit people. And I will speak to them all day long. And I will love on people who aren't my right fit, but my people who are know it.
I love this. Kim, listen, I had the pleasure of learning from you and getting to know you a bit better over the past about 2 years, give or take. And when you say something, I listen. I quote you probably more than I quote myself. And you're the one who definitely has proven it. And definitely you have reached millions of people over the last few years, and probably more. So what a gift you are. One more time, Kim, can you just recap for us the name of the book, the bonuses, if you like, and things of that nature, so people can get that one more time?
Absolutely. The book is called The Shift. Scale your business, multiply your wealth without sacrificing you. And you can get the book and all of the book goodies. You can go right now to theshiftbookbonus.com and you're going to get thousands of dollars worth of bonuses, including the exact campaigns that we used in order to scale our business.
I love it. Kim, thank you for being my friend. Thank you for being a help to so many people. This is Ramon Ray and my friend Kim Walsh Phillips. Go get the book.
Thanks, Ramon. You're awesome. We give high tens at the end. Boom.